Mark, how much are you looking forward to seeing your team's effort and energy level tomorrow? Just given the way that they, over the course of time, have shown that can be a superpower of theirs.
Yeah, very much so. Really excited. It's a privilege to play in these games, and we're excited to play. I'm excited to watch us play and be a part of it.
Mark, I'm not going to assume that you have nothing left up your sleeve, but this deep into a series, like, how much of it at this point just comes down to execution?
Most of it. I think that's most series and most games. I talk all the time about fundamentals, and we really believe that. It's like the game comes down to very controllable, fundamental things that are very, very hard to execute consistently when put under the under the pressure of competition against another team and stuff like that. So that's our challenge in every game, and that's our focus in every game, and that's what we need to hang our hat on tomorrow.
When you talk to your guys about it, you always talk about turning the page, and this is a new game, and 0-0, but this is your season in essence. So how do you talk to your guys about this?
I've said this before. I think it's recurring themes that you just revisit in these situations, and if you need new material in these situations, then your material was wrong in the first place. So it's the same stuff. It's nothing new. We're not introducing anything today, mentally or tactically or fundamentally. We have to go out there and play our best and be who we are and lean on the habits that we've built over the course of time.
How's your practice? How are the guys?
They're pretty consistent. They're not. It's not easy to read into. They're pretty much the same every day. They have a great baseline of work, baseline of focus, baseline of behavior. They're like they always are. They do a great job of that.
Mark, is that even something you talk about, how the team, you guys earn this game at home in your place?
Didn't talk about it, but it speaks for itself. We'll be in our beds tonight, so it shows the importance of the regular season. We'd much rather be playing Game 7 at home than on the road, and that's something that we've earned through the course of the year. But with that said, when the ball goes up in the air tomorrow, what happens between the lines is going to be what determines who wins the game, and that's what we have to focus on.
How much does a guy like Caruso help you? Because he's kind of been and done this a little bit.
A lot. He helps a lot, but all the guys do. The leader's the person doing the right thing, and we have a lot of leaders, in terms of the way that they approach it. He's certainly one of them with his focus, readiness, presence, team orientation, experience. All that stuff shows up, but he's not the only one. We've got leadership, being injected into the team throughout the roster. We have a lot of guys that really give us a lot of juice.
Mark, I know there's not a lot of Game 7 experience, just great among this group. Only 3 guys I think that played in one, but you mentioned leaders. The fact that Shea is one of those and he's played in one, like, how much does that, steady your mind at all?
At the end of the day, I think it's everything around the game is different. It certainly feels different because of the gravity of the outcome of the game. But once the ball goes up in the air, it's the same game. If you want to, test that, just watch any Game 7. That it's not like there's a different game being played. It's not like there's different rules being executed. The game comes down to the same things, and it comes down to your ability as a team to get present in the game, be able to block out all the distractions, stay in the next possession, and execute the best you can. And I think experience obviously can help you with that perspective, but we have the same opportunity as Denver does tomorrow to go win the game.
AC has talked about having a championship level of focus. Are there tangible things that you see on the floor when your team is kind of hitting that level, or is it more extending that over the course of as many possessions as possible that maybe he's referencing there?
It's just your ability to execute what's right in front of you, understanding that the game is a long game. It's a 48-minute game. It's going to be 200 possessions when you count offense and defense as separate possessions. So there's a lot of different opportunities to execute. There's a lot of different opportunities to not execute. Neither team's going to be perfect. But you just try to stack as many of those possessions as you can, as many of those moments as you can, and stay very, like I said, very present and in the moment, and deal with what's right in front of you.
Anybody else? Thank you.
All right.